Welcome to Travel Tuesday with Teresa, the ultimate source of wanderlust inspiration. Join the journey led by your host, Teresa Belcher, founder of Honeymoon Islands.
Welcome to Travel Tuesday with Teresa. I'm your host, Teresa Belcher, founder of Honeymoon Islands. And today we're featuring luxury properties, and my co-host is Rachel Newman. Welcome, Rachel.
Hi.
Hi. Today you're going to show us some delicious properties around Santorini, Mykonos, Crete, and Zakynthos. So welcome to the show. It's all yours.
Thank you. Well, thank you for the opportunity. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you can see my screen okay.
Yes, we can.
Yes, I'm with Hidden Doorways, and we represent luxury properties around the globe. We are an extension of the travel advisors team. You should always work with a travel advisor. But today we're going to take you to the cradle of Western civilization. Just wanted to stop my screen, sorry. Make sure that we have.
The photos are beautiful, so that's where we're heading to.
Thank you so much. So Greece. I mean, I'm joining you today from chilly New York, but I would much rather be here in Greece, in the cradle of Western civilization, a destination for cultural exploration as well as relaxation in mythically gorgeous settings, spanning the rocky mainland peninsula and over 6,000 islands in the archipelago. Greece is always a good idea. So when I think of Greece, I imagine whitewashed buildings, turquoise ocean, incredible hospitality, delicious fresh seafood and olive oil, and and of course all the heritage and history as well. The peak season to travel would be June through August, but the typical season has been expanding. So now visiting from April to May or September to October, you can also find really great value. We represent four hotels in four destinations, as you mentioned: Santorini, Mykonos, Crete, and Zakynthos, which is where I'm going to begin. So here we have two privately owned resorts from the Lesante collection. Zakynthos is located west of Athens, and it's the southernmost island of the Ionian Sea, right in the heart of the Mediterranean. It has a long and regal history, and is known to be one of the most beautiful islands in the country. It's quite different from what you'll find on the other side of the country, with towering green mountains, white cliff faces, and turquoise waters. And it's very easy to get to. So you can see from this image here, there's direct connectivity with Athens. There are 4 flights daily in peak season. The flight time is just 50 minutes. And you can fly there from Athens from Aegean Airlines and Sky Express. They also have direct flights from all major European cities. So it's a great combination for really any European itinerary. London, Paris, Germany, Amsterdam, and even Italy. There's a lot of great connectivity as well. Venice, Milan, Rome, Verona. And it's a great combination with Italy because of its history as well. The Venetians adopted the island as an outpost and lived there for more than 300 years, leaving lots of beautiful castles and architecture behind. You can walk around Zakynthos town, or Zante as it's known by the locals, visit the Byzantine Museum with its frescoes and sculptures and all the religious icons dating from the 12th century. Here you have pictured Novagiu Beach, where you could spend a whole day exploring Shipwreck Island and the Blue Caves by yacht. Or you could visit the National Marine Park, Marathonisi Island, to discover the Crete turtles. Hatching takes place towards the end of July. And it's also one of the best spots in Europe for snorkeling. So as I mentioned, there are 2 properties in Zakynthos. Lesante Blue is a high-end adults-only resort located in the quaint village of Tragaki. It's perched on the eastern coast with views of Kefalonia and the Peloponnese. It's an ideal retreat for affluent couples. I think the average age is 30 to 65, and it attracts clients that enjoy contemporary design and well-being. Guests can arrive in style, either by yacht from a private dock or by helicopter. They have their own private helipad. The international airport is about 20 minutes drive away, and they can organize those transfers with their Range Rovers. So it's a 92 suite hotel with privacy and direct sea views and beautiful sleek design. Each suite has a maximum capacity of 2 adults. And when I say adults only, it's for 16 years and older. There are 6 suite categories, some featuring outdoor heated jacuzzis and private terraces and pools. They do a bed and breakfast option is available for all accommodations. And they also offer a variety of packages like the Dine Around package, highlighting the resort's Mediterranean flavors, or the Romance package with a 5-hour island cruise, complimentary massage, and candlelight dinner, along with your private limo transfers to and from the airport. The spa offers a variety of specialty facials and massages and body scrubs, such as the Golden Nectar and Yellow Seaweed Body Wrap. I could use one of those right now. The yoga station and tennis court are on property as well. And then next we have their sister property, Lesante Cape. And this just opened. It's a stunning new resort. It just opened last May. And this is located in Akrotiri village, which is a charming historic town with a rich cultural history of being the home to artists and poets, along with the island's nobility who inhabited the surrounding manors. Now at Lesante Cape, we have 55 suites and 10 villas, and it's perfect for clients who want the traditional Greek experience. So it's for couples or families, and it's framed by olive groves and fruit trees. And it feels like a little borgo, you know, like a little village. Due to its location on the Cape, it doesn't have a sandy beach, but they do have a small pebble beach, which is pictured here with the little sunbathing deck. They also offer a kids club with a range of indoor and outdoor activities and an outdoor playground and games room. The suites are really spacious and airy, sleeping 2 to 6 people. Again, some have private pools and terraces here. And for families, there's a Sea View family suite that sleeps 6 people with 2 pools. And then you also have the villas for larger groups too. So anyone wanting to cater for more, this 3-bedroom, for example, sleeps 7 people. And the villas have gorgeous separate living rooms, fully equipped kitchens, and outdoor dining areas. Guests can visit the organic vegetable farm. In addition to all-day dining, they have fine dining for adults only at Fiore. There is a traditional Greek cafe, they have a beach bar and a wine cellar, and they also have this fabulous authentic taverna where they offer classic Greek dishes and cooking classes. And for destination weddings, they have their very own chapel. They even have a cultural museum, which is right next to their darling clothing and gift boutique, and their own vineyard. So you can do wine and olive oil tastings. And in addition to, you know, the yacht charters and local experiences that I mentioned earlier, after doing all of that, you might want to hit up their spa and fitness and tennis court here as well. So moving from Zakynthos, another island that pairs very well actually is Crete. Here you would fly, from Zakynthos back to Athens, and then Crete, which is the largest of all the Greek islands, offers world-famous history, pretty fishing villages, cosmopolitan cafes, vibrant nightlife. It also has its own distinctive poetry and folk music, and it's known for its many indigenous dances. Here you could visit the ancient sites at Crista. There's uninhabited islands like Crisi, known for its white beaches. And not far from the hotel, about 20 minutes, you have the Archaeological Museum of Heraklion. And the concierge recommends a trip to the village of Plaka with lunch at a local taverna and a visit to the island of Spinalonga, which has its own interesting history. But many of the visitors, I have to say, that come to Daios Cove do not want to leave the resort at all. And here you can see why. So the cove is set, it's a private cove, and every room, suite and villa has a full sea view, along with all the bars and restaurants and the wellness centre. The views are just to die for. It is a man-made cove, and what you'll see is that the rocks used to create this beach here were used to build the resort. And so when you're looking at it from the sea, like you can see in this image here, the resort looks very natural. It really blends in. And while it's built into the hilltop, there is a funicular that runs up and down the hill, so you don't have to climb those hills, don't worry. So yeah, we're 50 minutes from Athens by plane, and then it's an additional 50-minute drive from the international airport at Heraklion. And all of the suites are on one floor. The villas are all duplex, offering great views and comforts. And I find this an astonishing figure. They have 165 private pools, including, plus their additionally their heated main pool and adults only pool. So here you have one of the typical deluxe sea view rooms. And what I do want to mention, because you'll see the distinct change between this slide and the next slide, is they're about to launch a brand new room category and redoing all of their suites and launching all this new product next summer. So the suites are available with or without private pools and sleep from 2 to 5 people. And you can see it's a real difference, a real upgrade. So beautiful suites and villas. The villas have 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, and pictured here you have their piece de resistance, the mansion, which has 2 king bedrooms and sleeps 2 to 6 people. Beautiful, entertaining space, great views. It even has its own spa and fitness and steam and sauna as well. Now I need to introduce the Residence Club, which is a great value at Daios Cove. When you book any suite or villa, it allows access into the Residence Club, which gives you then access to all of the restaurants and bars and a choice of over 250 different wines and champagnes. So rather than some resorts where you have, inclusive means sort of limited, that is not the case at Daios Cove. It's actually a free choice of dishes across their a la carte menus. You know, it's great if you have a family, the kids can just roll up and get ice cream without having to ask you first. Includes your complimentary in-room dining and wine with your meal. So it's a really great value opportunity. And there's lots of restaurants, 3 a la carte restaurants and a buffet restaurant. Plus you've got great partnerships that they do throughout the year with famous chefs and mixologists. The famous clumsies are often there in the summer, and lots of kind of pop-up menus with interesting gastronomy throughout the season. And I did mention they have an adults only pool. Here you can see the ocean restaurant, the gorgeous beach house. Like I said, everything has a view, even this spa. This is the Kipos by Goko Spa. It's a huge space, 2,500 square meter spa, which just underwent a $4 million renovation. I don't usually highlight gyms when I'm doing a presentation, but this is, I mean, out of this world. So this even makes me want to work out. They do have partnerships with BXR from London, and you can see everything has a view. It's just fabulous. They also offer cryotherapy here, which is a really exhilarating and very healthy treatment. They do age management programs, vitality programs to optimize your well-being, detoxifying, fitness and movement, and even a one-day program. So if you don't have time, or you can just choose to enhance your wellness just one day at a time. So yeah, Daios Cove is a great choice with its secluded location, residence club, range of accommodations, its private sandy bay, and also has complimentary childcare for all ages at their kids club. The closest island to Crete by ferry would be Santorini. So you don't have to fly back to Athens. You can actually take a 1.5-hour ferry. And Santorini is about a 35 or 40-minute flight from Athens. And here we have the Andronis collection. And of course, Santorini is top of mind for romance and Instagrammable views, but they also have, you know, a lot more to offer. They have an incredible wine. It's famous for its wine. Andronis does also put on its own gastronomy festival every year. And depending on the season, it can also have some great, you know, cruising and hiking and wellness as well. So this is the island of Santorini here on the right. You can kind of see it looks like a little croissant. And Ia at the top of the map is the location, the destination that's best known for the highest density of hotels and those famous caldera views. And Andronis has 3 hotels and 1 resort within Ia, and then another wellness resort, which is further down in the middle between Imerovigli and Fira. So starting with the Andronis luxury suites, this is a perfect fit for your ultra luxury travelers looking for something unique and for villas on the cliff. In terms of the competition, because there is a lot of tourism there in Ia, all of the suites at Andronis, all the suites and villas feature plunge pools on the caldera, and even their entry-level suites are a lot larger than the usual offerings. So they have 15 unique room types available. As I mentioned, all of them have infinity pools or hot tubs. And this is an adults only property. So everything on the caldera, because of its, you know, built into the cliff, it's 13 and over. And then there are villas. All of the villa guests, you know, when you book a villa, you'll be welcomed by a villa executive. And here at the luxury suites, they feature Lycabettus restaurant. This is an award-winning restaurant with the most beautiful balcony in all of Santorini. It's world famous. And you can see these 2 red chairs right at the end are the famous proposal chairs. I think they have more proposals here in a season than anywhere else in the world. And they do also have their own spa at the luxury suites as well. Now, the second property in the caldera, which is just along the street from the luxury suites, is the boutique hotel. And now this is perfect for your honeymooners and even mother-daughter trips. And it also boasts the Michelin star restaurant Lauda. Now, what's different about the boutique property is that it's a pure Cycladic architecture property. So it's the minimal cave-built suites and villas. You know, they used to actually in Santorini, this is where they used to keep their donkeys apparently, but now it is, you know, the real estate, and it's a paradise for honeymooners. So again, private infinity pools and hot tubs in all the suites and villas, and it's another adults only property for 13 and over. And then your other option on the caldera, which is your budget-friendly option, is the Alta Mare by Andronis. Now, this property is considered a 4-star, but really only because it doesn't have its own restaurant and spa on site. But they do offer breakfast beautifully served as room service, which is included. And you are able to cross-post charges across all of the hotels. So if you're staying at Alta Mare, or even if you're staying at one of the other properties, you can still sign to your room, which is wonderful. And then we have the Andronis Arcadia. So what about families, you say? This is the spot for you. This is your family-friendly property with multi-bedroom villas and a kids club. It's also a great lifestyle property. So Andronis Arcadia is approximately 5 minutes walking distance from the caldera, but it's very private and accessible with no steps. So it's very resort oriented. Sorry about that sound. And yeah, so it's a more of a resort style. And you have contemporary open plan signature suites and the idyllic sunset and Mediterranean views. The Natura suites pictured here really feel like a little hideaway. And the resort offers sprawling 2 to 4 bedroom villas. They have the biggest villa in Ia on site called the Eden Villa, which has 6 bedrooms and spans 3 floors, 2 private pools, and a spa room. And then they also have the kids club, the Academy Kids Club for 4 to 14-year-olds. And again, its own spa with the Avixia spa with organic products. For dining, great options. 2 more great options, the famous Beef Bar and Pac-Man restaurant, which is a real lifestyle property. So again, just 5 minutes walk to the main caldera. It's a real lifestyle property with music and sunset events throughout the season, state-of-the-art mixology classes, and a real kind of well-rounded resort. There's really nothing quite like this in Santorini. Next property in the collection of Andronis is the Andronis Concept Wellness Resort. So this was voted as the #2 best spa in the world from Condé Nast last year. And it's also a family-friendly property with multi-bedroom villas. And it's a more remote landscape and secluded property in Imerovigli, so kind of about 30 minutes from Ia. They also have a helipad on site, and it's very wellness and healthy lifestyle approach. So they have 3 fully renovated guest-centric treatment studios, mindful eating classes, sound healing classes. And as you can see from the image, it's not the typical whitewashed Santorini, but what it does offer is more seclusion and privacy, and the amazing views without the hordes of people. So each of the 28 suites and villas across those categories is well appointed with balconies and infinity pools. And then you also have villas here, which can accommodate 4 to 8 guests. Thrubi, their restaurant, offers the most delicious and healthy food, and it has such flair, you know, the way they present it and the delicious flavors, you might even forget that it's healthy. And they also have the fantastic Kalos Spa with tailored experiences for families as well, and babysitting services. So lots to do here. They're actually located right on the trail that leads to Fira. So it's fantastic for a nice, you know, walk with a great view, or a morning jog. But they do have the fully equipped fitness center, fantastic wine tasting and cooking classes available here, in addition to their complimentary yoga classes. And there's also a shuttle that's available from Ia to Imerovigli and vice versa every day, every hour from 5:30 until 11. So you can still go and have your dinner at Lycabettus and Lauda and come back on the shuttle. So yeah, there's definitely something for everyone at Andronis in Santorini, and they have launched a new romance package for next year. If you book now through the end of November, you can get all the special touches, the champagne and strawberries, the complimentary room service breakfast, and suite or villa upgrade, along with a spa treatment. So do reach out to find out about that. And then next up we have Kalisma in Mykonos. So Santorini to Mykonos, it makes the most sense to come by ferry. It's just a 1-hour ferry. It's very easy. And while this Greek Cycladic isle is known for its Saint-Tropez meets Ibiza scene on the mainland, Kalisma epitomizes tranquility with an authentic Greek hospitality. This hotel is nestled on the hillside of Aliomandra, which is between Ornos Bay and Agios Ioannis. And that's historically been a very upscale residential neighborhood. So it really is just being 2 miles from the main town. It's a real respite and quiet, you know, beautiful place to come and relax. The Myconian region of Aliomandra is actually named after the sacred Delian stables, which, according to myth, provided shelter to the horses of the Olympian god Apollo. Kalisma actually means inviting in Greek, and this is a true boutique with just 27 1-bedroom suites and villas, plus 2 grand 3- and 4-bedroom villas with amazing sunset views. It was designed by the Greek architectural firm K Studio with interiors by Vangelis Bonios and inspired by the laid-back glamour of Mykonos town with its whitewashed walls and pink bougainvillea that overflows from the archways. And here you can see this is the lovely lobby when you come in, the lounge, very relaxing. The one-bedroom suites and villas sleep 3 adults or 2 adults and 2 children. And you can see they have this great outdoor area, heated pool. And then the villas, what differentiates those is they have a much larger outdoor space for entertaining. These can also connect to a 1-bedroom suite, giving you a 2-bedroom. And of course, with that outdoor area, you can host a lovely barbecue. The interiors, again, are really light-filled and elegant with natural woods and beamed ceilings and a neutral colour palette, but they're also incredibly high touch. So everything that you could imagine has been thought of. This mirror here on the right with a handy remote control will become your TV and come out from the wall. Everything can be controlled either by hand or by remote. And as soon as you step your little toe on the carpet at night, the lights will lead you to the bathroom. Each suite features a deep soaking tub with sea views and doors that open up to a beautiful private terrace and heated pool. And as I mentioned, the villas, so for those seeking more space, you have the 3-bedroom Apollon villa and the 4-bedroom Artemis villa. These villas can actually interconnect to accommodate up to 14 guests. And the villa manager will assist you to fully stock that kitchen and wine cooler and help entertain your friends and family. Each villa has this open plan living room, and there's also a private fitness area and an outdoor living space with a heated pool overlooking the sea. Here you can see the restaurant Pere Ubu and this little wood-fired oven, which you'll smell the fresh baking bread every day. And you have from the restaurant the view of this main pool with the endless Aegean sea views. For anyone seeking a romantic destination wedding, there's also a chapel located on site. And here you can see the sunset lounge with the views over Delos Island. And actually in the cooler off-season months, Delos is a fantastic day trip by private yacht and with a private guide. It has so much history. Of course, Mykonos is famous for its windmills and has great boutiques. And then depending on the weather, the concierge will recommend and book the best beach clubs for you, depending on which way the wind blows. And so, yeah, I mean, all 4 destinations have incredible teams that will welcome you on your next visit to Greece. I hope you'll consider visiting one of these fabulous destinations for your next trip.
Thank you, Rachel. It's beautiful. Everything is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
I kind of want to go there right now, as a matter of fact. I do have a couple questions. Talk to me about the weather.
Teresa, if you're asking a question, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Am I not? I'm not on mute. You can hear me, huh?
I do hear you now. Sorry.
Okay, good. So it was beautiful, is what I was saying. Talk to me a little bit about the best time of the year to go to Greece.
Yeah, so the most popular season, the peak season is going to be June through or July through August. I think the season, certainly with the demand for Greece, post-pandemic, the demand really went up, and their season for some of these destinations is extending through October. I was there this May, early May, and it was actually quite chilly, unseasonably chilly. But, by mid to end May, early June, it's gorgeous. So, for those looking for, maybe a better deal, they could go in late May to June or September to October is a really good time to go as well.
A lot of people are not aware that the Greek islands are seasonal. It's usually open. They usually open around April, May, and they close down by October 31st.
Yeah.
They're shut down for the winter because it's too cold. I also was there many moons ago in the month of May, mid-May, as a matter of fact, and it was around 80 degrees during the day. and maybe 60 at night, which is chilly. And the water temps had not warmed up because they're coming
Right.
off the winter, and the water is too cold to swim in May. I think the
Right.
earliest you would want to jump into the water would be June.
Right, if that's what you're going for, exactly. But you know, for the history buffs and the culture tours, that when we visited Delos, it was a perfect day to be on the water. We weren't jumping in the water, but it was a perfect day to walk around those cultural sites and not be, you know, super hot. It was really nice. Yeah.
Right. And you know, during your presentation, I'm really happy to see a lot of family-friendly resorts opening
Yes.
because, you know, Santorini is known for romance. It's the romance capital of the world. So they've overloaded with romantic adults only properties, but it's really
Yes.
great to see properties that have opened up for families. So
They had an exceptional year for that reason, and not just the families, but the fact that it's on, you know, it's around the top part of the, you know, where the sunset is. It has obviously the best sunsets, but there are less steps as well, so it's great for, you know, anyone who has mobility issues as well. Those steps are really something.
I don't want to single people out. So if you want to do a girls trip, I think an adults only property would be, even though there's going to be romance around you, you're going to a really romantic destination anyway, but girls trips, guys fishing trips, very popular. Just you would not probably want to go to a family friendly property for that. More adult friendly for girls and guys.
Yeah, although saying that, I mean, it's family friendly, but it's not family centric because it's also a lifestyle hotel. So there's, I mean, I would send the groups there too because they have Pac-Man and they have the music and they have, there aren't many resorts with that kind of lifestyle entertainment on Santorini either. So it's actually a good option, for both.
Well, if anybody watching, if you're interested in going to the Greek Isles or anywhere in Greece, you can reach out to me. I'm Teresa from Honeymoon Islands, and just go to my website, Honeymoon Islands, to get my contact information. And at the end of this presentation has my contact information. And when I post it on some of the channels, I will post my contact information below in this video. But thank you, Rachel, for showcasing your beautiful properties, and I hope somebody's inspired to go to Greece from this.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, bye everybody.
Stay tuned for more episodes that will unveil new horizons and immerse you in the beauty of global discovery. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, if you can dream it, we will create it.